Hello everyone, I am Janvi Singh from class 10th A. This is my science activity and the topic of my science activity is nutrition, modes of nutrition. So in this presentation, we will discuss the following points. Different modes of nutrition, autotrophic nutrition, heterotrophic nutrition, saprotrophic nutrition, parasitic nutrition and holozoic nutrition. Nutrition. Nutrition is the process of intake of nutrients like carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins, minerals, and water by an organism, as well as the utilization of these nutrients by the organism. We need materials from outside in order to grow, develop, synthesize protein and other substances which are needed in the body. This source of energy and material is the food we eat. How do living things get their food? The general requirement for energy and materials is common in all organisms, but it is fulfilled in different ways. Some organisms use simple food material obtained from inorganic sources in the form of carbon dioxide and water. Other organisms utilize complex substances. These complex substances have to be broken down into simpler ones before they can be used for the upkeep and growth of the body. To achieve this, organisms use biocatalysts called as enzymes. This is the chart of modes of nutrition: autotrophic nutrition, heterotrophic nutrition. There are three types of heterotrophic nutrition. These are saprotrophic nutrition, parasitic nutrition, and holozoic nutrition. Autotrophic nutrition. The word auto means self and trop means nutrition. Thus, autotrophic means self-nutrition. This nutrition is that mode of nutrition in which an organism synthesizes its own food from the simple inorganic materials like carbon dioxide and water in the presence of sunlight. The green plants have an autotrophic mode of nutrition. The autotrophic bacteria also obtain their food by this mode. Autotrophs are also known as producers. Example, all green plants. How plants make their food. Carbon and energy requirements of autotrophic organisms are done by photosynthesis. It is the process in which autotrophs take in substances from outside and convert them into stored forms of energy in the presence of sunlight. Process of photosynthesis. These are some events which occur during this process. Absorption of light energy by chlorophyll, conversion of light energy to chemical energy, splitting of water molecules into hydrogen and oxygen, reduction of carbon dioxide to carbohydrates. This is the equation of photosynthesis process. When 6CO2 is added with 6H2O in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll, we get C6H12O6, which is glucose, and 6O2. These events need not take place one after the other immediately. For example, does a plant take up carbon dioxide at night and prepare an intermediate which is acted upon by the energy absorbed by the chlorophyll during the day? This is the diagram of cross-section of leaf. When sunlight comes from here, these are stomata and these are guard cells. This is CO2 entering and O2 is given out. Heterotrophic nutrition. The word heteros means other and the word trop means nutrition. Thus, heterotrophic means nutrition obtained from others. This is that mode of nutrition in which an organism cannot synthesize its own food from the simple inorganic materials like carbon dioxide and water and depends on other organisms for its food. All animals, many bacteria and fungi performs heterotrophic nutrition. Heterotrophs are also known as consumers. Example, all animals. There are three types of heterotrophic nutrition: saprotrophic nutrition, parasitic nutrition, and holozoic nutrition. Saprotrophic nutrition. It is that mode of nutrition in which an organism breaks down the food materials outside the body and then absorb it. These organisms obtain their food from dead and decaying organic matters of dead plant, animal, rotten bread, etc. Example, bread mold, yeast, and mushroom. Parasitic nutrition. In this mode of nutrition, organism derives its food from the body of another living organism called its host without killing it. This is observed in several fungi, bacteria, a few plants like Cuscuta amabale, and some animals like Plasmodium and roundworms. Example, tapeworms, lice, leeches, etc. Holozoic nutrition. It is that mode of nutrition in which an organism takes the complex organic food materials into its body by the process of ingestion, and the ingested food is digested and then absorbed into the body cells of the organisms. Example, human beings, most of the animals, and amoeba. Let's take a quick overview. Nutrition is a process of intake of nutrients by an organism and utilization of it. The requirement for energy and material is common in all organisms, but it is fulfilled in different ways. There are mainly two modes of nutrition, that is autotrophic nutrition and heterotrophic nutrition. In autotrophic nutrition, organisms synthesize their own food and are also known as producers. Photosynthesis is a process in which autotrophs take in substances from outside and convert them into stored forms of energy in the presence of sunlight. Some important events which occur in photosynthesis were discussed. In heterotrophic nutrition, organisms cannot synthesize their own food and depends on other to get food. These are also known as consumers. There are three types of heterotrophic nutrition: saprotrophic, parasitic, and holozoic nutrition. Thank you.